afternoon. Welcome to Healthy Lifestyle. I am Lorianne Casdia. Our goal, as many of you already know, at Healthy Lifestyle is to inspire, educate, and empower you to finding a fulfilling, healthy, emotional, spiritual, and physical life. And this is the year of intention. And what is your intention for 2019? What are you going to do to make it better this year than last year? So we talk about asking ourselves 5 questions, what you really want to do to transform your life. And we can look at past tapings for you to get those 5 questions. If you have any questions about those, just give us an email at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. Today, we have with us, our guest is Perry Finkelstein, who is also known as Waska. And he is a transformational leader in today's men's movement. For the last 7 years, he has been facilitating a spiritual men's program known as The Way of the Illuminated Warrior, where he mentors and coaches as well as actively participates to help and to heal men to find their true purpose, autonomy, balance, healing, and growth. Sounds very synonymous with our show here, doesn't it? Waska has decided to share and expand his vision of offering this program globally to help and to heal as many boys and men as are open to enrolling in this vital and sacred process. Welcome, Perry. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Lori. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's wonderful. So let's first start with Waska. That's your spiritual name. Yes. Why don't you help illuminate everyone what that means?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
No worries.
I'll keep it brief because it comes from a native tradition, and in the indigenous way, they share and they share and they share, and it's a wonderful way of being because see, I'm going to start sharing in a long way now. Anyway, first thing I noticed in being part of the native community, and when I say native, people are referred to as the indigenous people of North America, Indian people. So in the tradition that the name was given to me, it's the people known as the Shishindi people,
okay.
More commonly known as the Apache people. And in this way...
I'm an Iroquois.
All right on. There you go. So in this way of gifting me this name, the person who was my spirit mom, she had to dream the name for me 3 times. So this occurred over years of time. I didn't ask for it. So one day she said, okay, Perry, center yourself. I'm going to give you your name. Put your journal down. You don't have to write it down. Just listen and take it in. So Waska is of the people, actually the full name is Waska Waboose.
Okay.
So Waska is of the people of the South, the Cordillera people, the medicine people of the South. Waboose is the buffalo of the North. The buffalo of the North is all about abundance and carrying weight on his shoulders and seeing things others don't see. So the name Waska Waboose means, with the generosity of spirit of the buffalo's heart, he remembers the healing medicine of humor and laughter as the sacred clown and shares that lightness of spirit in service to the people.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I resonate very much with the intention of that. So,
I like that. Yeah, you certainly do. I mean, I haven't known you very long, but you definitely resonate that way, without a doubt. That's what I get from that. It's funny because I'm all about, and we talk about it all the time on the show, my belief of all of us being here to serve one another. Yeah. And when we're, especially when we're having a bad day, I really encourage somebody to turn that day around by serving someone else. It always turns your day around and always turns it around for the better. And you'll find that the days that you're serving someone else and you're not looking inward and being very egotistical by self-serving and serving other people's, your days are so much better.
Absolutely.
So much better. And we talk about the ego and the observer and trying to get out of the ego as quickly as possible and being in that observer. It's really important to be there. So it sounds like this, the Illuminated Warrior, which you can be reached at illuminatedwarrior.com, right?
Yes, that's the website, or right. Waska, Waska at illuminatedwarrior.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a capability for someone to really reach out and learn a lot of these tools, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, you said this is the year of intention.
Yes.
So my intention with this is to help and to heal and to offer men and boys ways to find happiness in their life, to find autonomy, to find healing. I mean, we've all gone through some kind of past traumas and hurts and all.
Sure.
Every one of us has. From 0 to 8 is really how we are formed, and if you go back to that time, whether through therapy or however you do that, that's usually where things crop up. So anyway, they're just tools to learn to communicate better, to have better relationships, to not be bullied, to not be a bully. It's really all the things that we're not taught as men.
Right. Or women, quite frankly.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
So the program that I do is focused on men. But, I think we'll talk about the summit that I'm having, which is also really good for women to learn some of these ways. And so it's really all about the connection, the sacred feminine and the divine masculine, finding unity together and really finding a cohesive way to coexist, and a much better way than we're existing now.
Right.
And I think it's really a microcosm of our lives of what's going on in the world right now. The patriarchy has been dominating for as long as any of us could remember, and a lot longer than that. And It's time for a change. So you said you're Iroquois. The Iroquois Confederacy is how the U.S. democracy was fashioned after the Iroquois Confederacy.
Yes, that is true.
And it was the clan mothers, the women, who made the decisions. They would take men out of power if they were being bad boys. We don't have that anymore.
Yeah, we still do that.
Yeah, well, in a different way.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
Way. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting because to me, it's a non-gender conversation, because I truly believe, it's my deepest belief, we come here completely factory made, meaning we have everything within us ourselves. Yet our society here, kind of teaches us to get validation outside of ourselves when we really need to validate ourselves within ourselves. We have everything we need. Yeah. We just have to trust it. And that's the other thing that I always say here on the show is be you, because everyone else is taken and you're the best you could be, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else can be you. So especially when everybody else is taken. So I think that's an important element with this, with the program that you're running. So now the Way of Illuminated Warrior Global Summit occurred. So let's talk about everything that transpires at a summit like that. What were you doing?
Sure, it's a online summit. So I've interviewed 24 people. Okay, these are influencers. They're medicine people. They're psychics. They're singer-songwriters, ex-NFL players, a wide group of people who I consider to be wisdom keepers and experts in what I interviewed them on, which we're all experts in some way, shape, or form. And they're sharing, just like this, it's a conversational interview, and they're sharing their stories, their wisdom, their past traumas, and practical ways for not just men. Again, I focus on the men, but for anybody to find healing and balance and all these ways that I'm talking about in their life. So that's what these interviews, that's what this summit is all about.
And if someone I'm sorry to cut you, if someone was to want to listen to that, they can go to illuminatedwarrior.com?
Yeah, it's illuminatedwarrior.com/summit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And and that will be on. It begins...
they can probably access it today.
Yeah, so. Actually, if they go to that website, illuminatedwarrior.com/summit, they could sign up for it, and it will be running for 3 weeks.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's wonderful. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your future goals and vision.
Sure.
I love what you were telling me about that. So let's share it with everybody who's listening.
Sure. You want to lead me off because I have short-term memory loss. What did I tell you?
Well, you had a vision to create, or have a vision to create, a safe and sacred space
right,
for men and boys to meet and share their feelings from the heart, and support them in the healing process. And I get that because of how society looks at men, it's not manly, it is said. I totally don't agree with that, and I don't think any woman on the planet agrees with that. But that, you guys can't share. You can't be soft and mushy. You can't have emotions. You can't cry. By the way, women love that. Women,
yes.
not all the time. We don't want you weeping all the time, because then that competes with our weeping time. But no, joking. But yeah, it's really important to be a full human. So full humans feel all different emotions. So do you find in the service and the coaching that you do with men and boys that they do kind of suppress those emotions?
For the most part, yeah. So we're talking.
Why is that? Is it societal?
It's partially societal, again, from 0 to 8, the way we're born. It's the way society is now. So men intuitively are not vulnerable. Men intuitively are not necessarily intuitive. Women, that's the sacred feminine. It's it's being intuitive. It's being passionate and compassionate. It's being creative. And I'm not saying men are not this way. They are, but not as intuitively as women are. And those are the things that are stifled. So in the group that I facilitate, you'd maybe be surprised. I mean, guys, you hear like, oh, women don't stop talking. Well, guys can talk, and they like to talk, and they like to open up, and they like to be vulnerable, because it is a safe and sacred space. So I would never share anything that happens there.
Of course not.
And that's what guys really need. And I think one of the biggest problems is men and women, if you ever read that book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Well, we communicate differently.
Very differently.
Yeah. And that starts at a young age. I know my friends, I have 2 boys. They're now grown, but I have 2 boys. And my girlfriend had 3 girls. Yikes. Different communication process. Boys are very quick and succinct, and they don't go into detail. And it's, how was your day? It was fine. Do anything new? No. Girls give you every second of every minute of every hour. It's totally amazing.
Well, it's different.
And I get it. Yeah. We just communicate differently.
We're builders and fixers. Like Marianne Williamson said, a woman's greatest psychic need is to be cherished.
Yes.
Men don't necessarily how to do that. We want to fix everything.
Right.
So instead of sitting and listening, just like women do for each other, we're like, oh, okay, well, this is what you should do. Well, you didn't ask us what what you need to do. You just want somebody to be there. A sounding board. Yeah. And we just don't intuitively get that. It's very simple, but it's also very profound. When you know that and you practice that, it works.
You are listening to Healthy Lifestyle on Long Island News Radio 103. I'm Lorianne Casdia, and we are here talking with Waska, or otherwise known as Perry Finkelstein. And it's very true. We do different things, and women do like having sounding boards, and men do like fixing things. I am actually known as a fixer. I have that same propensity, but it was how I was brought up, because my family brought me up. My father brought me up like my older brothers, so that I would be competitive in the world. So I do have more of a propensity to try to fix something and not always be the sounding board. But I learned that you got to be a sounding board, because a lot of times people don't want stuff fixed. They need to say it out loud so they can hear it, and they already know. Like I said before, we already have the answers. Sometimes, though, we need to bounce it off and get someone else's view on that. Yeah. So it's very interesting. When do you have large groups, or do you hold it at a place, or can they do it online? How do you do your sessions?
In the past 7 years, it's been at a meditation room in my home, and we've kept it fairly intimate. So the vision is now to take it out there into the world. I've spoke to other people who have done similar type of things on the internet platform. Excuse me. But there will ultimately be a retreat at the end. We will definitely all get together. We will have an initiation. We will have a celebration, and we will be illuminated.
Nice. We like the illumination. That's a very good thing. So at the summit, what was your goal? What was your goal when you decided to put this together?
Sure. The goal was really to, first and foremost, because I believe in giving first, so it's a free summit, and to offer information for people who may not be normally in contact with people who want to share this information. So, I mean, I grew up in an alcoholic family. I was bullied at school. I suffered some religious bias, and not totally different than what other young boys dealt with. My father drank every day. I mean, I loved him, but he wasn't a good role model for me. So I grew up without healthy male role models, and for me, meeting people along the way to help me find my true voice and be who I am today, to be healthy, whole, and healed. That's what I wanted this summit to be: to connect with people who could share their wisdom and their stories and their heartfelt ways of being with anybody who wants to listen to it and get something. So if you watch one interview and something sparks in you, it makes my heart happy that it could help people in that way.
And that's how it starts. It's an aha moment. It's just something changes you, and all of a sudden you get it. It's almost like somebody smacks you in the back of the head, and you get it. You get illuminated.
Yes.
You get illuminated. And that's really exciting that you went through that transformation. You have a choice. We always have a choice. We can stay stuck, or we can stay wherever we are, and we can do life that way, or we can do life where we're being genuine to ourselves. And don't you find life is a lot better when we're genuine to ourselves?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because life is easier.
Yeah. There's no other way. Once you take that on and take that responsibility and have that awareness, there's no other way of being.
It's funny, don't you find that life is easier? I said that to somebody, and they got combative with me. They was like, life is not easy. Well, it is when you're doing it from a genuine place. Are there challenges? Absolutely, every single day. But you take it from the place of observer, not ego. It's not emotional. It's, okay, my car broke down. All right, we got to get it fixed. Is it inconvenient? Yes, it is. But maybe, just maybe, the car broke down because had it been running, you might have been in an accident or something else might have transpired. So I found that I stopped fighting. And even though I have a vision to do one thing one day, generally speaking, my day ends up totally different how I visualized it. Even today, I thought it was going to be totally different before we got here. And then it was, and it went a different direction completely. It was a great day, though, because I went with it. I didn't fight it. If I fought it, it would have been a miserable day, and I would have been cranky talking to you today.
Well, here's a simple thing, which I taught my kids. Gratitude is the best attitude.
Yes.
So if you wake up every day and be thankful, because there's always things to be thankful for, you watch how much more better your day is.
More better.
It's
Great
thickerer.
English.
Thickerer, yes. I'm working on that.
It's true. And I learned from this wonderful veteran, I learned that you cannot, it's impossible. You can try it, to have gratitude and be angry or upset. You cannot do the two at the same time. So I know I always try to choose gratitude. I do have my moments, but most of the time I am so grateful for the life that I have, and being able to meet someone like you to offer these type of services. And again, carrying through my vision of illuminating people and getting out there, projects like this. So let's talk about how they can communicate with you, what you would do if and when they communicate with you. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Well, I offer personal, one-on-one coaching or group coaching. Right now, as you know, I'm pumping up the Illuminated Warrior Summit because I think that's a great way for people to get to know me a little bit and see my authenticity, to get to know some of these other people that I've put out there who are also making offerings, and there's free gifts that they're offering and all, which is, who doesn't like a free gift, right?
This is true. And you're also a video producer.
I've been doing television production, my own company, Pro Video Productions, since 1983. Oh, my God. Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So you've always been a storyteller, because when you do videos, you have to tell stories. So the two are very synonymous, without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing and going on the site, and I'm going to go on to illuminatedwarrior.com/summit.
You got it.
And then this way I'll be able, is it okay if women listen to it?
Oh, I encourage women to listen to it, and encourage the women to invite men to listen to it.
Does it give us any insight into the men? No.
What do you think?
I think it does.
I have a great married couple of relationship coaches who are on there as well. So once you sign up, you'll get all the information, and you'll be pumped. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with this.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. So you have you said you had a spiritualist, right? Mm-hmm. You have a psychic. Yeah. You have the married couple. What else can we expect?
I think I said an ex-NFL player, a Cherokee medicine person who does traditional medicine as well as integrating his heritage into it. Oh, goodness, there's just a plethora of they're all individuals, but they're all offering such great heartfelt information. I could just get it all. I'm cavelling over it.
I'm cavelling,
which means, yes, it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So what's your proudest moment?
My proudest moment?
Your best
accomplishment. My proudest moment really stems from what this is culminating into, because I raised 3 boys, 20, 21, and 23.
Oh, bless.
And, just like I said before, autonomy, speaking your truth, having good relationships, clear communication. I mean, they're doing all this. So not to pat myself on the back, because obviously it was their choice, but 3 beautiful, young men who've turned out to be, stars in the world as far as I'm concerned. And they're bringing it home, in a good way.
Yeah. You raised 3 beautiful humans.
Yeah.
Is what you raised. So, and that's good, because you started this program a long time ago with probably 20 years you've been doing this, because you have your boys, right?
Well, 23 is my oldest son.
There you go. I have a 23-year-old son as well. So it's so much fun. Best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Best thing I've ever done and ever will do, because they are amazing accomplishments. What other things? I know your future vision is to take your Illuminated Warrior here and beyond. Right now, your vision is having the summit. Do you anticipate that the summit will be more like every year, an annual thing?
It'll definitely be an annual thing. I call it round. So, it's usually a 9-month program. And then again, a culmination at the end for a retreat and an initiation and a celebration. And my vision is to take this out like globally to connect men all around the world. I mean, there are other men's projects that are doing this in a similar way. And that's what we need right now. So I'm here to serve and to help and to heal in any way I can. Yeah. That
is great. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. If you want any additional information, please email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. You are listening to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lorianne Casdia. We will be right back with our next guest. Welcome back to Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lorianne. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas on the topics you'd like to hear more about, please feel free to email us at healthylifestylewithla@gmail.com. And of course, follow us on social media at Healthy Lifestyle with LA. We have events coming up. We also have past shows on there, and we'd love to hear from you. On this segment right now, we have Erica Lynn. She is a young living essential oils consultant, and she's also a health coach. That's a nice topic I love to talk about. Welcome to the show, Erica.
Thank you, Lorianne. Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure. So let's talk about how you got into this business, essential oils, and about you being a health coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess it was about 6 years ago. I bought a NutriBullet, and it was a game changer for me and my health.
A NutriBullet?
A NutriBullet.
Yes, yeah.
Literally, a NutriBullet. I mean, I never thought a kitchen appliance would make such an impact on my life, but it did. So once I started getting into the smoothies, I started a quest on all things health. And I came across a school called the Institute for Integrative Nutrition.
Sure.
And it's an online school. It was based in New York City. And I remember thinking, this is what I want to do. It was a visceral reaction to reading about the program. And when I started looking into it more, I remember thinking about how different this school felt to me because they talked about something called primary foods as well as secondary foods. Secondary foods is everything nutrition. Primary foods is everything else that nourishes us, relationships, career, spirituality, and exercise. Mm-hmm. And I never thought of it from a holistic approach like Institute for Integrative Nutrition does. And at the time, I was in an unhealthy marriage, and I was also in a career that wasn't fulfilling and it wasn't serving me anymore. And I remember thinking, how can I become a health coach? That's in my mind, I wouldn't have the integrity behind the program if I was imbalanced in all these other areas. My spiritual practice, I went to the occasional yoga class, and my exercise, was moderate. So that moment was an epiphany for me. I knew I had to make some major changes in my life. So fast forward a few years, I quit my husband and I quit my job, and I enrolled in the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in the summer of 2016.
Wow.
And I became a certified health coach in October of 2017.
That's just totally amazing. So have you changed your habits? Do you have daily habits?
I sure do. I'm committed. Am I perfect? No way. I don't think that that's a realistic way of thinking about a spiritual practice, right? I have intentions every morning to make sure I breathe and I'm present. I do have a meditation practice. I also, I'm very big on angel cards in the morning. I like my Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabby Bernstein. If you don't know who she is, she's an amazing teacher. Just positive messages. I try not to look at my phone for the first half hour of the day. So little things like that make a difference in my mornings.
And that's what we mean by habits. I speak about habits lately and creating intentions for the new year, creating those habits that are just for you, that set your day. I mean, the first half hour really sets the tone of the day. And like anything else, putting your intentions out in the universe, if you say, it's going to be a crappy day today, it's going to be. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if it's going to be, you set it up that it's going to be a good day and this is what you're going to do and go at it with a good, positive attitude. Generally, it's fine. And sometimes, like Brian knows, this morning we kind of are both going with the flow here. By going with the flow, you just have a better attitude for doing that. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
And essential oils helps with that, don't you think?
Sure does.
I love them. I am actually a certified aromatherapist, have been since oh my gosh, hold on to your hats, since the late 80s. I became certified as an herbologist or an herbalist and an aromatherapist because I had, not Crohn's, but I have, I can't think of it. The other one, the opposite of Crohn's, but colitis. There it is. I had colitis, and I can say had because I don't have it anymore, or I haven't had a bout in, knock on wood, about 5 years.
Amazing.
So it's really it's amazing thing. But I did get certified a long time ago when it had a different connotation, so you keep it kind of quiet. But I loved it, and I love, of course, the lavenders, the rosemaries, the tea tree oils. All these oils do a lot of things. So what are some of the components and elements of these oils that are so beneficial?
And that's really an important question, Lorianne. One of the things that we want to make sure when we're talking about essential oils is making sure these oils are 100% therapeutic grade. Oils are everywhere these days. They're in Costco, they're in Kohl's, they're in TJ Maxx, and I love these stores for a lot of reasons, but not for essential oils. So a lot of people have experiences with oils and they don't feel the differences or they don't give it enough time. And that could be partially that you're not using them consistently or you're not using quality oils. So one thing I like to share as I talk about essential oils is making sure you're getting the oils that are 100% therapeutic grade. And that's what Young Living essential oils are. It's so important to know where your oils are sourced from. And I would think that as part of my quest for sharing this information and making sure people are aware, is not to knock the products that are out there. I mean, we all use candles in our day and we all use
there's
plugins.
differences in candles. Some burn faster than others because of how they whip the air into it.
Yeah.
Same thing with essential oils. Some essential oils, they have so much what's called carrier oil in it that there's not as much essential oil. So you really want 100% pure essential oil without the carrier in it, unless you're using it for, let's say, a massage oil and things like that. Then what we generally do is take essential oils and put them into carrier oils. What I mean by a carrier oil is something like an olive oil, which is very heavy. I don't typically use that. But we can also use grapeseed oils, and there's a jasmine oils, coconut oil. There's a plethora of different oils you can use. Like some are greasier than others and some are heavier. So olive oil's really extremely heavy compared to like a grapeseed oil, which is very light, or jasmine oil or a coconut oil.
Yeah. It creates, it actually slows down the absorption of the oils when you're using those carrier oils. So if you're using them on babies or toddlers, you always want to make sure you use a carrier oil. But one thing I want to note is that there's no regulation here in the U.S. on how essential oils are labeled. A bottle of oil only has to have 5% essential oils in order for a label to say 100% pure, organic, natural, even therapeutic. And so when you buy these oils and you're not sure where the source is, that's really why it's so important to make sure you're looking at a label and it says 100% therapeutic grade. Otherwise, they're filled with carrier oils or chemicals or additives or fillers, and it completely defeats the purpose of using oils in your life. These oils are the way that they're distilled, they become so potent. They're actually more powerful than the plants, the herbs, and the flowers themselves, the way that they're so concentrated. So
how they make essential oils is they steam
distill.
So the steam distill, what happens is they collect, if you visualize a pot of boiling water, that steam coming off of the boiling water, they actually capture that, and that's where all the oils are in it at a very, very concentrated level. That's why you only use 1 or 2 drops or, 6 drops maybe, depending on the oil. And there's a big, easy way to test. There's 2 different tests you can do as far as whether or not something has carrier. If you use an essential oil and you put in a drop on a piece of paper and it has carrier oil in it, it will leave an oil stain on it. If it does not, it will dissipate. It will actually clear like water. For the most cases, some of your thicker ones that are bark based, those may have other residues in it that will leave. But for the most part, oil spreads. So if you see the drop spread, it has a carrier oil in it. And if it dissipates, like a lavender, it will become clear on the paper. The other thing is try it. If you put a Young Living essential oil, you smell that, and you smell one that you get from one of the stores that you had mentioned, there's a huge difference between the smell. You're going to smell a huge concentrated difference with the Young Living products. And there's one that you use for cleaning. That's safe for animals and cleaning floors and stuff like that. And I love that product. That is called Thieves.
Yes.
I love Thieves.
Me too.
Right?
It's great it's replaced my Pine Sol. It's replaced my Lysol. It's replaced my scrubbing bubbles.
Yes.
I mean, it's really an amazing product, and my house smells amazing. And it also, the Thieves essential oil itself is great for immune support. And so a lot of people will put Thieves on the bottom of their feet because there are glands that exist on the bottoms of our feet as well as in the palms of our hands that don't exist anywhere else in our bodies. And so the oils absorb a lot quicker. So a lot of people put lavender on their feet before bed. I do it. I diffuse it at night, and it's amazing when you really start using these oils, what a difference they can make in our lives.
I totally agree. I actually put a couple of drops of lavender oil in my wash when my kids were young, washed their sheets in that so that when they fell asleep or when they went to bed, that lavender was there so it would help them lull to sleep a lot quicker. My kids slept really well.
Yes.
Really well. And it was nice because the house smells really good and the baby slept really through the night, quite frankly. So that's a couple of little hints. I love the ones about putting it on your feet though. That was very interesting. You are listening to Healthy Lifestyle on Long Island News Radio 103.9. I am Lorianne Casdia, and we are here with Erica Lynn from Young Living Essential Oils. You can actually reach her at ericalynn.us and be able to get the oils there, correct?
Sure can.
Yeah. And as a health coach, you also would be able to field questions and talk to them about how to be healthier, which oils to use, because that's really confusing. How do you lead people down? Like, what are the first, if I wanted to buy 5 new oils or 5 oils, what would you recommend as the 5 oils that you would suggest, or even the first one you should suggest?
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the things that Young Living does really well is they put together something called a starter kit. And a starter kit includes the most popular oils. There's about 12 in a kit. There's over 300 oils on Earth, and 12 is a great start. It'll come with your basic lavender, peppermint, lemon, oils that people are familiar with, and then you'll get some others that you may not be familiar with. And so what I would typically do is just, ask questions. What are your challenges in your life? I mean, are you having trouble sleeping? Do you need more energy? It's really just a conversation. It's not that complicated. And then identifying areas of people's lives that they can improve on, or if they feel that they need help in, really can hone in on a few essential oils. I have my boyfriend's in school, and he has a full-time job, and we diffuse rosemary at night because that helps with concentration. And by the way, I could put rosemary in my potatoes and it tastes amazing. So there's so many ways that you can use oils. There's oils, like peppermint, for example. So I'm perimenopausal and I'm having those hot flashes at night. So it's keeping me up, and I'll put a couple of drops of peppermint oil on my skin, like around my neck, and it literally within a few minutes cools me down. It's amazing. So really just a conversation with someone, it just sort of comes up organically, like what it is that they might need. And then some other oils just to make your house smell amazing. Those are the kinds of things that we would talk about.
Yeah, I love that. I know that my acupuncturist and massage therapist, they're at, Liz Martin is my acupuncturist. She's at hands-on acupuncture and massage therapy. And they have diffusing, which is a mechanism that allows you to put oils in water, and then it steams out and it goes into the air, and those molecules go in the air and have that same affectation. It doesn't necessarily go on you, but the best way is, it's the positive way of being in a smoky room. This is being in a room with nice relaxing oils. And I know that in one of her rooms, of her many rooms that she provides these services in, she has different oil sets. So what it is it's one oil, like a relaxation compound. So you have those types in Young Living.
Yes.
So some of them are...
there's one called Stress Away, which is one of... Stress Away. Just saying the words, right? It's a combination of lavender and lime and vanilla. It is divine.
Yeah.
Combining Stress Away and lavender at night before you go to bed is just, a wonderful way to wind down the day. Peace and Calming. There's another blend that comes in the starter kit, which smells like, I can't explain it. Just like, it actually smells like babies. Like
it's clean.
It's clean. It's fresh. It's just pure. That is a new oil for me because I'm literally just starting to expand my collection. Peace and Calming is another one.
And that's a good point, Erica. It's a collect. You can actually make a collection. So you start with maybe a starter kit, which has about 6, right?
12.
12. Oh, 12 in the starter kit.
Yeah.
That's a really good thing.
You get 12 in a starter kit, a couple of samples of their household cleaners, these that we were talking about earlier. You get a sample of their Ninja Red supplement drink.
Oh, that's outstanding. I just tried that.
Right?
Yeah.
It's made from the wolfberry, which is similar to a goji berry, but it's grown in China. It's got more antioxidants than blueberries, pomegranates. It's got more vitamin C than an orange, and it comes in this little 2-ounce packet, and it's amazing. It has replaced my afternoon coffee.
And it tastes yummy.
And plus a diffuser.
Yes.
So you get
you get the diffuser in the kit too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you get over $400 worth of products for $165. It's a real bargain, and it's a great way to get you started on your oily journey, as I like to say.
Oily journey. I like that. Yeah. Using essential oils just definitely changes your life.
Yeah.
It really does. In a very positive way. And that's why I love that it's therapeutic grade. And they do have some that you can take internally.
Yep.
I'm not a huge proponent of internal essential oils because they are so strong and they're so effective going through your skin.
Yeah.
But there are certain applications with good guidance from a health coach like yourself where you can learn which ones you can do and you shouldn't do. I don't recommend you doing it with the average run of the mill. You need something like a Young Living quality essential oil to be able to do that.
Yes.
Don't you agree?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a health consideration. So some of the other things that you like, you can actually, if you want, someone can either buy it like a distributor kit or become a distributor, become a consultant. Yes.
Yeah. Just by ordering a starter kit, you're automatically enrolled in the business. You don't have to do it. But really, if you think about it, all I'm doing is sharing something I love.
Right.
That's
well, we
really
do that anyway, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what network marketing is. It's sharing things that you're passionate about and things that you want your friends and family to know about. And it's funny because I still get the eye rolls. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. And I laugh now because pyramid schemes, first of all, they're illegal. And besides burning alive, going to jail is one of my biggest fears. So I'm not doing anything illegal here.
There you go.
And it's also, there was no product to consume or service to consume. So that's when people were like, oh, you got to get in early. And those are the people that only make money or at the top. Network marketing is basically just sharing something you love and getting paid for it. And so instead of these companies dumping all this money into marketing and advertising, they're just paying their customers to share the products. That's it.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too, is you are going to use this product anyway. So
every day.
Now if you're using it anyway and you can make money at it, why not? Right?
Why not?
Yeah.
You don't have to do it like I've been a little more proactive. Health and wellness fairs. I go to farmers markets. I like being out with the people.
Well,
and
but
sharing.
you're a health coach, so that's different. But if the average bear like myself wants to get involved in utilizing the essential oils, which I did years ago and I continue to do, and that's why I know the differences between the different oils that are out there. And you become an expert at it as soon as you go into some of those stores that have the essential oils and you open the bottle to smell it. That's the first thing you do. You smell it. It's similar to going grocery food shopping. You can buy, apples anywhere, but there are apples and then there are apples. There are apples that are fresher than others, crisper than others, or greens.
Yeah.
That's probably a better example is that you have your lettuces that are crisp and fresher, and then you have your lettuces that have been wilting and they're starting to wilt. They're not as fresh.
Right.
You're paying the same amount of money. It's just how much benefit are you receiving? So it's almost like overcooking vegetables. So if you take all the green out of your green beans, they're not providing the minerals and properties that they're supposed to be and the health benefits.
Right.
If it were either raw or just slightly blanched. So same thing with essential oils. You just want to get a highest quality. Listen, at the end of the day, you're putting it on yourself. It's for you. It's for your family. You want the best, right? And this is attainable.
Absolutely.
So, and you can just buy the product if you want. You don't have to become a distributor. You don't have to become a consultant. You don't have to do any of that. But I love this product, as you can hear.
Yes.
And you're wonderful at it. You're really very knowledgeable. And what I like about you too, Erica, is if you don't know, you'll find out and get back. You're very genuine. You don't make it up. You're not like just saying it because you want somebody to buy something. You say it because you're passionate about it, right? Yeah. I really appreciate this. This is a great opportunity and really, really good products. So if you were to give one piece of advice about essential oils, what would that be?
Don't buy them in Home Goods. No, seriously. Like I'm out and about, and I talk to a lot of women, and I ask them where they get their oils, and a lot of them are getting them at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, and they're on the cheap, and there's a reason why. So really, for me, it's about just making sure you know where your oils come from. Young Living has another website called Seed to Seal, SEEDTOSEAL.com, and that is a way that you can read all about how they source the products, how they have their quality control. It's the integrity behind how they distribute the product. So you're guaranteed 100% therapeutic grade oil. So important.
You can put it in your hand lotion. You can add it to your moisturizer, your soaps, your even your wash, your even your dryer. You can add it to those sheets. Make them even stronger than those sheets come in lavender smelled. Add a drop to one of those sheets. You'll be amazed at the difference. You can add it to your couch instead of spraying other stuff on it. You can add it that. So it's pet friendly, it's children friendly, and it's just people friendly. It's good. It's human friendly.
The more essential oils you use, the less chemicals in your life you use. So.
That's nice. Erica, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome.
Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Talk to you really soon. Thank you all for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle. My heart is lifted by sharing this time with you. I want to thank Erica. I want to thank Perry for joining us today. And of course, our producer, Brian. Remember, do a little something for yourself every day. It starts there. It doesn't have to be big, but definitely do a little something for yourself. Remember, you are the best you because everyone else is taken. So thank you so much for joining us today on Healthy Lifestyle. I'm Lori-Ann Casdia. Until next time, show up for you and show up big.